Now, I think we might have a little bit of a Barney here because I watched the evening news last night and there was Craig Thomson looking very forlorn, walking away from the federal court after his hearing yesterday, where he'd told a judge that he wanted the case discontinued because of his mental health and that there hasn't been a day when he doesn't think about the possibility of him suiciding. And I looked at that man and I thought he just looks broken. And surely after 4 or 5 years of being publicly whipped around the country by the media, including us and others, being condemned by the public, hasn't he served enough time?
Normally, I'd be a bleeding heart, but I haven't heard from Craig Thomson the mea culpa, which would involve saying, I lied to the Parliament. I lied in my interview with Laurie Oakes. I lied when I initially denied these allegations. I lied to Julia Gillard. I lied to my colleagues in the Labor caucus. I've most likely lied to my family. I'm sure he'd be saying that. I should never have done all of that. I've made a lot of mistakes. I want to start afresh now. He hasn't done that. He still insists that there's conspiracies against him and that he was misunderstood. He does correctly say there are others in the union who have probably done worse than him, who may still be finding their day in court to come. But having said all of that, I think when you've gone through this whole exercise, it's a bit late in the day to be saying it's all too much.
So you don't believe the mental health issue? I mean, I would have thought that we're living in a pretty progressive society these days where we've learned to the cost of so many individuals that mental health is such a big issue in the lives of so many people in public life particularly. Here is a bloke who's from one end of the country to another. He's been publicly whipped, laughed at, castigated. He'll never get another job again. Who's going to employ him?
Well,
His reputation has been trashed. Surely he deserves a little bit of time on his own now without the condemnation he's receiving even today.
I don't agree with that because I do think, look, there are people who are genuinely mentally ill. He may be one of them. He may be suffering from depression for obvious reasons because he has been living this delusion. But the truth is he does need to go through this mea culpa. He says he's got no money. Well, he can earn money by going and working in a hospital, getting a job working in a hospital, doing the work that members of the HSU were doing and giving their union dues to the union, which he misappropriated. Maybe that's a way he can finally come to terms with all of this, but I think there's a way to go for him, in my view.
Geez, you're a tough man.